Hello, this is Mw2 with another editing tutorial for Sony Vegas. In this tutorial I'm going to be going over the earthquake. I'm not. I'm here first for all clips. I want to show you that this is kind of upside down with the audio on top. Doesn't really matter. You have to right click the clip, go to properties, go to maintain aspect, uncheck maintain aspect ratio, disable the resample. I think I said this in the last tutorial. Yeah, it just makes it full screen. Because I'm using the dazzle, it has those little lines at the top there. I'm going to go to event pan crop, and then I'm just going to go a bit lower in like that, so the lines will come out. I think that's not enough. Let's see. That's fine. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to make sure it's see, I did this in the middle here. I'm going to delete that. Make sure you click on the end. That's the mistake I usually make. Click at the start, the first keyframe here, and then you yeah, that is perfect. So basically now I have a good looking clip. This clip has already been color corrected and all that stuff. It's just a no scope or snap. So what I'm going to do with that, I'm going to put slow motion on it as it shoots. Yeah, as it shoots, I'm going to put slow motion on it and make an earthquake effect. Same time, I haven't tried this combination together, but it sounds like it'll work. Let's play it, see if it's where it shoots. Yeah, that seems good. This is just a no scope I got on private with a friend. So I'm going to split here. You press S to split, and you're going to hover over the side so it makes that little split there fit. See that where like it makes, you're going to hold control, makes a squiggly line under it, and pull out. So let's play this and see what this looks like. Yeah, that is cool. I have music in this, so I'm gonna cut that music out. Click on clip, press U, and then right click, delete. Same thing here, press U. That's how you cut sound out. Or there's a way you can go to group, then remove from. That's done now. So it shoots into slow motion. What I'm gonna do here, as soon as he shoots, the screen is basically gonna go. We'll put a keyframe right here. This is basic keyframing. Press add keyframe. The screen's gonna go in, and then it's gonna turn that way. It's gonna go a tiny bit forward again. It's gonna turn that way, and then I'm going to make it go back to normal on the last keyframe. It's just going to go. It's a bit trickier with dazzle clips because you have to get back to where it was when you had to get rid of that black line. I think this is a bit bent. It's pretty tricky doing this with a mouse pad. That's what it's called, or whatever. Because I'm not using my mouse, which I should. Now I am. You didn't need to know that. That's just about right. I think I'll just leave it there. If you want, you could put more detail on it. Basically, when I play this through now, what happens is that it basically just like spazzes out for a sec. But I don't want that. I want it to be like a slower. So basically, just drag the keyframes out and drag it 2 out. No, drag it 4 out. Or it's like it does little snaps. I'm gonna drag 4 snaps out. That's how I usually do it. That seems cool. So basically it's gonna go a bit slower now. If I play this, it does that. If people do fakies, like when they double tap triangle or whatever, but I think Y on Xbox, but what you can do a cool effect here. It's in the Mw2 Editing trial, where you can make the scope kind of hit the basically you make it hit the screen, like it hits the screen down back into shape. That's a good effect I did with that. It looks pretty good. It's kind of funny even. You shoot. Also, what I'm gonna do with this while I'm at it, I might as well. Once he's sharp, I'm gonna make a heartbeat sort of thing. If it only works if you have music. I'm not gonna add music because I can't be asked. Just if you add music to this, you can make the screen kind of pulse to the beat. You can put a keyframe there with not what's normal. Then you next keyframe you go in. And basically just do that again. And you go Control Z. You go out again. So when you play that through, the screen does this. You do that many times as you want. Make sure you always click on this here. You don't have to always have arms because some people do other things when they don't need it. But it syncs the cursor to the timeline. So like basically, you go like that, it changes to it. Instead of like, if I click off it, it just works on its own. So if I sync it, it makes things a lot easier. And then I'm going to do another beat here. You should probably use markers so you mark what all the beats are in the thing, in the clip, so in the song. So you just mark where the beats are, so it'll be easier to do this. So basically, it shoots, it shakes, then beats twice. One more thing before I end this video, because I don't want it to be too short. I'm not sure how long I've been recording for. When it beats, I'm going to mark out from where it beats. I think that was right. Yeah. I'm almost done. Yeah. So you press M to mark it. So you just put little markers out. And then I'm going to make the screen kind of like, I'm going to use light rays and make the screen kind of pop out. Not exactly. I know what I mean. You don't need to know. You're going to see, not know. Or you're going to learn it actually. Then I'm going to add intense light rays. No, I'm going to add the reset to 9. Just write the name onto this whole thing. Then click animate. This that kind of like adds a keyframe. I don't want it to have light rays from the start, so I'm going to turn it down and turn it all down. No, delete that. Click here. Make sure on the first keyframe, turn it all down. I'm going to click onto this first marker, and then I'm going to turn it up, and then as close as possible to it, all the way down. This is another thing I usually do. I don't know if other people do it. It's mine. I pattern penned it. But if other people's already done it, they can pattern pen it too. If that works. I don't think it should, but whatever. I'm going to drink up. You can be more precise about it. Make it exactly the same each time. I'm just being rough about it. I know. And as close as you can next to it. Put it down. And that is basically it. Basically the screen kind of comes out when it pauses. It's harder to see in draft. I'm probably going to put the preview full, see if that runs smooth. Let's go. No, it doesn't, because I have a lot of things up right now. But you'll be looking saying, World of Warcraft download, you nerd. Warcraft is fun, so shut up. Yeah, you can kind of see it there. It kind of like makes it look a tiny bit better. It looks cool as well when instead of just having like a beating screen, you can also have like light rays coming out, so it just looks cooler. That is all I have for this. Actually no, I'm going to teach you how to render as well, because I wanted to do a separate one, but no one will watch it. So here I'm just going to call this tutorial. And then basically I always render into WMV. I would recommend you do as well to amend the Windows media file video, sorry, because all these other ones, unless you know what you're doing to be able to render them into these things. If you're making an audio on Vegas, like if you're editing a song, which is possible, because you can add all sorts of effects like flanger, equalizer, distortion, all that stuff. You could click render into a Windows audio file, but media audio, whatever. So you should stick with this. Click on WMV, and then what I usually do, I usually have it on 1080 to 30p. But if you want it to render faster, you probably put it on 720 to 30. I like rendering to 1080 because it looks amazing. But it's up to you if you got the time, and you just click save. That is a HD render, and it will render. Oh, this looks like it's going to render pretty fast. Make sure this thing here, because usually the pre-render is probably out there somewhere. Make sure you drag it all the way to the end and pull it in. It's like a triangle. I'm not very good at maths, don't know what type it is, can't remember at least. And so it won't just render a tiny part of it, sometimes it does that. Basically this is going to render out. Thank you, this is Mw2. Rate and subscribe. If you want to see any tutorials, After Effects or Vegas, just ask me, and I'm sure to show you. Peace be with you, and peace out.